It's now day 44 of lockdown learning, cab isolation. We're in a field where we drill the sunflowers, and they're turning into a bit of a tourist attraction now with the local authority. So we've decided to sow round the edge of them grass seed, and that way people will be able to walk on them when they come up. And then also, if the summer's not as good as it should be and the sunflowers don't look that good, we can you can still see them defined by the grass sown round them. So we've got one of these hay caps here that we put on the bales of straw to stop them getting wet. We're walking along the edge of the sunflowers and scattering seed in the detail bits, and then we're using the drill on the big long straights to drill the grass on the big long straights. It's a little bit more difficult than we thought because it's such a dry day. It's hard to see the sunflowers in the dry soil. You can see them a lot better in wet soil. So we're having to mark it out a little bit, so it's taking a bit of doing, but we're getting there. A little bit like trying to ride your bike around your bedroom, trying to sow with a 6 metre drill in the middle of some sunflowers. There's Adam on the tractor there. He's a bit upset because he's not had many shouts out. We've got Sam and Andrew there, the independent adjudicators. The rape's looking quite well anyway around the field. Nice blue skies as well. To shunt a bit in the corner. Back's in now, we should get it. And then the other bits we can do by hand. Unfortunately, we never saved the GPS file when we drilled it, otherwise we could have used that to follow better in the cab rather than trying to see it in the dirt. So we've marked it out as best we can. The tractor looks quite good, green and yellow, and the green and yellow in the background. Adam's pride and joy, 7530. Sounds well. We have a few of these wildlife camps for catching the deer and the different things walking past at night, but they're also really good for catching fly tippers, because if you look at this gateway, it's prime for them to come in and tip. But if you stand over here, you wouldn't know where that camera was. So hopefully we'll catch some more with it. And West Lancs Metal Detecting Club have just offered me 6 as well, like for me to put out around the farm. They've got a bit of a budget that they've not used, and they said, do you want some? Give them out to your neighbours as well and see if we can catch even more people. So fingers crossed we will. I have 2, but we'll have a lot more out. I don't know whether you can see, but there's a herd running down that tram line in front of me. You'll probably see it in a minute running in the open. Oh no, it's gone into the crop. There it is there now. You see it where the oilseed rape's thin. We're just coming back up now from a bit of a burr patch, the oilseed rape, and then the big burr patch at the top of the field is obviously where we drilled the sunflowers with NHS. So when we go over the brow in a second, you'll see better. And we've rolled the grass in with a flat roller, so you can really see the shape of the letters quite well now, which is good. But we're going to get a drone up thing, but I don't think we'll get a chance today. We'll get a drone up tomorrow and see. So I'm just putting a little bit more fertiliser on. If you can see there, it's a bit thin there in places. There we go. There's the NHS now, which is coming up. So we'll put a bit of fertiliser on them as well, and that'll help. So we're just coming up now. We're going through the middle of the N. So this is the N, and then we're just going to go right in the centre of the N now. And then this is the H in front of us here now. I'm just going to go across the middle of the H, and then there's the S there. It's a darker colour as the letters. And there's the bird we put out the other day to scare the pigeons, which seems to be doing the job. This is the S now. I'm just going to literally drive across the S. There we go. So hopefully you'll see better with the drone anyway when we get them pictures tomorrow. We were running a little short on fertiliser, so we needed how many litres? Sorry, we needed, this field is 12 hectares, so we needed 12 times 130 litres of 30% fertiliser. Anyway, we ran out, we only had 800 litres, so we needed to put 400 litres more in, but the stuff that we had was only half the strength, so we actually then had to put 800 litres of that in, and then that made the concentration in the tank not as strong, so then we had to divide that down then and come up with a new rate per hectare. So instead of putting 150 litres onto the hectare, we're now putting a higher rate on. So if anyone wants to do the maths on that and see if they got it right, they can do. So there we go. Right, so I'm 45 foot up now in the cherry picker in the scruffy field of oilseed rape that the slugs and the pigeons had a go at. But we're also looking at NHS. So that's the sunflowers, the lettuce, and then all around the outside now is sown grass. So hopefully they'll look really good in a few weeks, or well, a couple of months. It's now about to fall in the pond with the laser level. So we're trying to find the level. Adam's holding the branches out the way of the water that we can find it in the yard, so we know where to put the drains. So this is a laser level. It's that little thing there spinning round, firing a laser beam dead level across the floor to where they're stood. And the pond's behind them trees, so we've got the level of the water in the pond, and then we're going to see what the level of the water in the pond equates to over by the pile of soil over there by the buildings, because we want to put a drain out the back of the yard. We want to make sure we've got enough depth on the drain so that we don't end up lower than the water table in the pond. So this laser lets us do that. See the little thing spinning.